I can't see the live.
Yeah, now it will come, sir. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. It is coming on my screen. Are you not getting it, sir?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
I can see your profile, but I can't see the live somewhere.
Yeah, but I'll open in my phone and see, sir.
It may take some time, I think.
Yeah.
Are you able to get it?
Yeah, 1 minute, sir. స్టార్ట్ అయింది ఒకసారి ఫేస్బుక్ లైవ్ చూసి వస్తుందో లేదో ఒకసారి వాయిస్ అది ఎలా ఉందో చెప్తే కన్ఫర్మ్ చేస్తే
Yes, I can see now.
యా ఓకే సార్
Yes, I can see.
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ ఓకే Sir, Facebook also, so other people are joining, so let us welcome them.
Yes, please.
So Gamanam Garu, our Nivedita Rajukar madam is there, Murthy Raju, our Sureka Tandra madam is there, VS Murthy Garu, and Prasad Rao, and 6 others. So on Zoom also we have, of course, only Krishna Manoj, we can see the name, others. There only 4 phone numbers are there. Vishnu, Tammanagari, and my better half Nalini. So the voice is clear, sir, for you?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So now let us start about because without wasting time, because this is an only introduction. Sir, this spotlight thing, I have got, I think, in my, yeah.
Just continue, we are doing fine.
Can you see on your photo, above your photo on the right corner?
Yes, we are able to see both the photographs, so fine.
Yeah, but there is a column called 3 dots are there on the right corner. And that is, in that you can see the spotlight video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spotlight.
Now, yeah. So now, whenever you are speaking, I will be spotlighting you.
No, let's continue this way only. The way we are, let's continue this way. Don't change.
Yeah, wonderful. Welcome, Vasamurthy Garu. Okay, I have muted you for some time. Okay. Okay.
All participants are on mute.
Yeah. So they are unmuted. We have unmuted them. We'll open them after some time. So let me, without wasting your time, sir, let me introduce about my 21-day health challenge. Actually, sir, it is, in fact, I have decided the 21-day health challenge, whatever I have learned last maybe 7-8 years, because to improve my health. So how I went into psychology, NLP and all, combining all those things, I thought of starting a program, 21-day health challenge. I have launched it maybe around 15 days back with the help of, as a chief guest, Venu Bhagavan Garu. He is my mentor as a public speaker, or whatever the way he has helped me. I invited him and he has launched the program. But I could not go on stream because of certain, I have to set right certain things. I have to learn certain things, how to operate this Zoom and Zoom, Facebook Live, all these things. But this is actually, sir, I just want to give you a brief, because so that you can cover these elements in your whatever introduction or question answer session, or whatever questions I have brought for you. So this is about 5 elements of our health, sir, as per the Ayurveda or Indian philosophy or spirituality, or World Health Organization also recently added the spirituality to it. So these 5 elements are physical health, psychological health, emotional health, social health and spiritual health, covering all these things, because I wanted to bring this program as a unique program, because it's a 21-day program. We are during this last 100 days, because of this COVID lockdown, several tons of information is coming to us, sir, by different specialists, doctors, psychologists, NLP people, and trainers like you, and health coaches, so many, and nutritionists. So much of information is coming. People are getting confused. In fact, I got lost in selecting the information, what to use and what not to use. So keeping this in mind, so with a what I can say, with a great adventure, because I have never done such a program, and never ventured that I can do for 21 days every day Zoom or Facebook live programs. So of course I am prepared, sir. 21 days I have got the content to speak. But if I go on speaking for 21 days, people get bored. Do you agree with me, sir? Because the information may be good, but people may get bored. So what I thought is inviting people like you, experts, particularly this first 1 week is about physical health. The second and third weeks about psychological and emotional health combined. And the last week about social and spiritual health. So I have started inviting people like you, sir, during this first week. And just let me introduce, before introducing you, you are the first guest speaker, sir. It is my honor. Why? Because you are my mentor, you are my friend, you are my guide. When I met first in the Toastmasters journey, you were encouraging me, you were giving me, because I wanted to develop my English to become a professional speaker, or the content what I have inside, that is psychology, NLP, and the stress management things, and so many things. I wanted to go out to the public and speak. So I was a little weak in English. So I searched for Hyderabad Toastmasters, and you were there, and several other mentors were also there. But you have helped your lending hand always whenever I wanted it. And you are such a positive energy man. So you, whenever I am down, you have given me encouragement. And also one more thing, before we go into the program, I want to thank you for one thing, sir. You are such a friend, I have to tell you people, even without my asking, one great opportunity you have given me. When you met with some accident and all, you are supposed to go to Osmania University for giving a lecture. So because you could not go, you remembered my name and you have sent me there. Really, sir, I am so grateful to you. There I went for half a day stress management and emotional management program there. And there were 60 participants. They are all assistant professors from all over India universities. And out of the 60, 55 are doctorates. Several are science doctorates also. But it is a great opportunity, sir. I have received wide appreciation by them all. assistant principals, vice principals, several people are there, great people are there. So that was one of my best programs, sir, I have done. So I cherished those moments. You are such a friend. Just before introducing you, I want to introduce about you, my acquaintance. So people should know about this. Why I am inviting you, because you are there in my heart. For anything, whatever I have intended, you are there
Thank
always
you.
too. Because no,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
why I want to tell you is, I also invited several, because this 28 days there is a marathon program, invited several people. Some people were still cautious and they did not confirm it to me, because thinking that what this Raju will do, what will happen to their reputation and all these things. But when I asked you, without thinking a second thought, you said yes. So what a great confidence you repose on me. And one more thing, your Happiness Junction, inviting me as a speaker, it was also another honor to me, sir, because that has given me some good standing in the some good circles also. So thank you very much, sir. With this, I want to introduce to the public about you. So welcome, Nalini madam, Jamila madam, and Alivelu and Murthy garu, because they are all on the Zoom session. Sir, let me let me also invite some of the people, sir. Jagan Manta sir is all there on the Facebook. Onkar Satyanarayana, Srinivas, BK Raju, and several other people, they have come to the Facebook, sir. So I want to thank all of you who are supporting me for the last 2 days, and this is the third day. And today our special guest is Colonel Riaz Khan. He has served in the army for 21 years and he took voluntary retirement, I think in 2008. So when he came to Hyderabad from, I think, Delhi, most of his time, I think maybe he was in Delhi and surrounding northern areas. After coming here, I think in 2008, he had joined this training and development field. So then about his wellness, he has started a WOW Wellness Center. So it was providing help to thousands of people about their holistic well-being and particularly lifestyle diseases. And which, sir, it matches to my program, because my program, this 5 days total health well-being, is covering all these aspects of lifestyle. Yesterday, I was talking about lifestyle diseases, sir, because there was no guest, only 2 days. So first day only introduction. Second day, I talked about lifestyle diseases. And now we have come to throw some light on these lifestyle diseases and how to take care of ourselves. And coming to Riaz Khan's professionalism, he was an expert in stress management, mindfulness well-being, office yoga, emotional intelligence, happiness and fulfillment, healthy living, holistic approach, leadership anyway, public speaking, and he is a permanent member of Toastmasters International, and also he is that National HRD Network. He is also a permanent member there, and he maintains his personality so well that it is difficult to find out his age, because that is the secret of his maintaining that youthfulness that he will explain today for us. And also there are several questions we have to ask him about his this one. But coming to his qualifications, he has done several not only Indian high respected institutes. He was the trainer in Delhi. He has attended the course, and sports fitness and nutrition, that course also in Delhi. Science of happiness, that is from the University of Berkeley. I think that is through online, I think. Science of happiness, again, University of Washington. And mindfulness for well-being, this is Monsha University. So it's a small brief about him. So today, Now, sir, I hand over the, there is no mic, but the speaking to you. And about, I want you to, before my asking some questions, how your journey started and how you, as a colonel, you have landed into, because I have also a story I told yesterday and day before yesterday about that to the audiences. Again, I don't want to repeat it. But I was fascinated because earlier also I have asked, but you have laughed and went away. Now you have to tell to the public. So what brought you to this wellness field? So why you were fascinated to come into this? What is that wow wellness center? And also you are a versatile personality. I know you are a great singer, you are a great dancer, and also you are a great laughter therapy. This one, not only yoga and several other things you specialize, and there is a laughter therapy. And today I want you to introduce those things to the people. So I now ask you to say you start your speech, sir.
Good evening to everybody who's out there, and hope you are having a great day and a great evening. Thank you to SRK Garu for this nice, beautiful introduction. And I hope that this session, which we are going to go through today, you'll find something useful, something beneficial. And we have two retired people sitting out here, sharing our journeys and sharing our thoughts. And SRK has created this beautiful 21-day happiness challenge. And this is like an oasis in the desert, all over. We have talks of gloom and doom, and people are stressed and tensed. And in the midst of all this, in the desert, there is a flower which is coming up, which SRK has initiated by talking to people and getting us to share our ideas about health, fitness, wellness, and happiness. And I'm sure everyone who's out here is excited, feeling great. So if you are feeling great about being here, so I want you to just type great in the chat box so that I know that you are feeling great and you're feeling excited about being here and listening to this wonderful talk show by SRK. So there are only two SRKs in India who are famous. One is, of course, Shah Rukh Khan. And the second SRK, who is no less famous, is, of course, SRK Raju.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay, I can see some comments here.
Yeah.
Have you changed your screen, SRK Garu?
No, I think somebody has changed it.
I think just a minute. Somebody's screen has come up. Just a minute. Let me.
Okay, sir. Let me spotlight you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, we are back.
Yeah, now you are spotlighted.
Yeah, we are back. Okay. Yeah. Right. So how I came into this field of wellness, I was right from the beginning interested in sports and in all kinds of outdoor activities, starting from school, where that is Sainik School, Korakonda. That's where I studied near Vijayanagaram.
Okay.
And that is, of course, a funnel. My father being in the army, I was also keen to join the army. Thereafter, I joined the National Defense Academy, Indian Military Academy. Way back in '83, I got into the army in 1987, June. We just completed 33 years of passing out from the Indian Military Academy. I was just seeing the passing out parade. So once I, of course, after 21 years in 2008, I decided to see the world outside the cantonments and experience a different life.
Riyaz Garu, I just want to interrupt you. Some Brigadier Sri Ramulu is there. I think can you greet him?
Hello, sir. Brigadier Sri Ramulu, how are you, sir? Good to see you here.
Welcome, sir. Yeah.
Welcome. And so after leaving the army, training was a kind of a natural progression. I came into the field of training. In that, I indulged in various forms of training like soft skills and communication skills, leadership skills. But I was always drawn to this aspect of fitness and wellness because that was a personal passion. And slowly I started advising people who are near and dear to me and friends and people around me. And then I realized that this is one area where people need a lot of support and guidance and help. So I started officially doing it, and I started this organization called Wow Wellness. And in this, I help people to be fit, healthy, happy through personal guidance and through programs in corporates, in colleges and schools. Basically, helping, sharing my ideas about fitness and wellness and promoting this idea of wellness, because there are a lot of challenges today, which we shall talk about in the times to come in the subsequent question answer session.
Yes,
But
sir.
how to overcome those challenges, how to be fit, how to be healthy, how to be happy, and finally, how to be young. That is, I
Yes,
think, what
yes.
we need to work on,
That
and
secret,
that's
that
what I want to
secret,
share today.
that secret you have to reveal today, because earlier you were only, when we are asking, you are just laughing and going away. So now today you have to open out.
Oh,
So,
sure.
yeah,
All the
because,
secrets will be laid out right in front of you.
yeah, because yesterday also, sir, I have promised to all my friends and all. I have a formula that living healthy, happy, young is a choice. Don't leave it to chance. That is my Happiness Foundation, one of the main principles of Happiness Foundation. So I told my formulas, and today, because you also maintain that, and you also follow, and you also preach, so people should know about that. So can we go to that, sir? How to stay fit, young, and healthy and happy? So what is
Right.
that formula? Yeah, start with that. Let us start with that, because that is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll start one by one because there are a lot of points.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
So the real issue is that when we are young, our health and fitness happens automatically because there are lots of activities happening around us. If you remember in schools, we have so much of sports and movement. Slowly, once we get into the job, most of the jobs these days are desk-bound jobs, and somehow that momentum dies down, and we start attracting disease. Then, of course, there's all the lure of the foods around us and easy lifestyle. But the point is, whatever is easy is may not be good for us. So health, fitness, wellness has to be taken as a personal challenge, as a personal priority all the time. It has to be there on the top of the list. It cannot be tomorrow. So what we are doing these days is that, okay, food today, party today, job today, family today, outing today. But when it comes to health, fitness, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it over the weekend. I will do it in the new year. I will do it next year. Let me focus on my work now. Let me focus on my education now. So as a result, we keep on postponing the health to the point and fitness to the point that it actually at some point it breaks down. And then of course it's all we're trying to repair. It doesn't happen so quickly. So the first and foremost thing is putting your health on the topmost of your priority every day, and not keeping it for tomorrow or next week or next month. It is health is wealth. If you don't have health, you would be losing a lot of wealth today. You know that if your immunity is high, you can fight COVID sitting at home. But if your immunity is low, and otherwise even you may be young, the COVID can catch you, and you may be spending lakhs just to regain your health back. So the investment in health is easy and small, and every day it boosts your immunity and strength. But if we keep postponing it, at some point it becomes very costly.
Yes.
So that is my start point. That prioritize your health every
Yes.
day. Don't postpone it. That is a
Yes.
start point, I would say.
Very good, sir.
And subsequently, now what are the different components you would ask to this whole aspect of health and wellness? Like you said, many are there. It's physical, it's mental, it's psychological, social. There are many aspects.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's talk about your physical fitness. So what
Yes.
does physical? So the first question is why? Why do you
Yes.
want to be physically fit?
In fact, I want to ask you the same thing you have started. Go ahead, sir.
So the real question is why? Why, of course, because you want to be on your feet. This life is a gift to us, and maybe we don't know how long we are going to be around. But roughly in the modern times, with all the kind of health and medical facilities available to us, we can safely say that our human body is designed to live till 100, unless some car crashes into your car. But so we need to respect this idea of life itself, and respect our body, respect this gift, and look after it. So once we have decided to look after it, we'll find a way, whether it's through yoga, through running, through walking, through Zumba, through any kind of exercise, or now people are even walking 10 kilometers on their home terrace. So where there is a will, there is a way. And that will leads to
I am
the
one of them, sir. Every day 5 kilometers. I do indoor walking. From
fantastic.
from the
Fantastic.
day COVID thing started.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So you found a way, right? 5 kilometers at home. Just 6 months back, if somebody had said that, can you walk 5 kilometers inside your home or on your terrace? You would have said no. But now you have found a way because there is a will. You have
Yes.
decided to remain fit and young. So that decision is what matters the most. So once you make a decision, you will find a way. I'm glad. I see a lot of people around me also doing it, and definitely just keep investing some time in your fitness, in your health every day, and it'll keep giving you results throughout your life, and that's what we are looking for.
Wonderful, sir. So here, sir, people have got the wrong notions. Some people they think that I am going to gym or I am doing some walking, I am doing some jogging. That is enough for me. People are thinking, but in my even this total program is only that fitness is only maybe for your body it will make it fit. For other things like with the relaxation and also the mindfulness and also the meditation or yoga, all these things are also to balance our mind and body together. So can you throw some light on that, sir? Because that is the main philosophy of
Right. So they say a sound mind in a sound body.
yes.
Now, we tend to look at mind and body separately, but it is all one. And in case we have any problems in the body
Yes.
of health related to disease or health, you'll definitely have stress in your mind. It is going to affect your mind. So a lot of people tend to say body is separate. It is not separate. This is the biggest fallacy which people are having. So for example, if you're sick and you're lying in a hospital, you can't say my body is sick and I am okay. The point is you're in a hospital, which is you're ill, right?
Yes.
On the other hand, your body may be fit. You may be going to a gym, you may be doing yoga or walking or running. And if you're not mentally stress free, you're having trouble in interacting with people, family troubles,
Yes.
spouse troubles, workplace troubles,
Yes.
neighborhood troubles, and
Yeah.
if your mind is stressed, so that stress may lead to hypertension, it may lead to cholesterol, it may lead to sugar. So we need to balance both our mind and body together. So when I look at health, I look at a person as a holistic form. It's one machine, one person, one whole mind, body, soul, everything is together.
Yes.
And we need to touch each of these aspects individually and see where we are and address any problem, not let it fester. Because if any problems keeps festering, it will keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then it affects our entire body, mind, and soul.
Yes.
So that's how I look at this in a holistic way. And we need to give attention to all these three: spiritual development, physical development, and mental development. As we age, I think we have this belief that we are growing old means we are growing mature.
Yeah.
We are evolving. I say that we are growing only when we are learning. We are growing only when we are evolving. So we need to ask this question: am I really learning something about my health, how to be healthy? Am I really learning something about mindfulness, meditation? Am I really learning something about nutrition?
Yeah.
Am I really learning about something about holistic health? And if I need to know, how can I gather more knowledge? I'm sure all the people who are here today are keen to learn. That's why they are here. So
Yeah.
a round of applause to them also.
Sir, one point I want to stress, sir. Actually, this COVID has got great sufferance to several people, particularly poor people and the workers working there and day-to-day servants, and all these people are really suffering. But we have everything in our house, but majority of the people, we are suffering. So here, just it is only my doubts. I am not asking for others. I am asking because several people, when I try to go and approach, and when we go and try to talk about this health to others, So people look at us as if I'm a funny joker or somebody who has come to tell us about health. We know everything. What is this fellow is going to tell? But sir, as per the science, we all have, yesterday also I talked about it. I don't want to repeat it again. But how you're handling these people, because they think that because nowadays what happened is, sir, we have become information gatherers. Earlier, our grandparents were hunter gatherers. So now we have become information gatherers. And 90% of the time is spent on getting information and passing on the information. And suppose, for example, Riaz Khan today, he is talking to us now. He is a wellness coach and he has got tons of knowledge inside. So after listening to that, they have to take one point and they start implementing from tonight or tomorrow morning. That is what is my point.
Very true.
Yeah. Otherwise, what listening to hundreds and hundreds of lectures or YouTube videos and so many other things. And if you don't practice it, because if you ask people to walk, walking, everybody knows what is this great fellow is telling us to walk. We know it. But when it, as you say, when it comes to next day morning, getting up and walk, people are failing in that. All highly intelligent, educated people, sir. That is the biggest problem, because how you are tackling when such people approach you, and also in your sir, wow, wellness, how you are combining all these, because you have diet management also. You are a coach for diet management. You are a coach for physical exercise. You are a coach for mental exercises. So when somebody comes for you for counseling or coaching, can you throw some light, sir? What is that advice you are giving them? And maybe it is a secret because you are a life coach,
No,
but
no.
still, today is a special occasion. You have to
Yes, yes.
this during COVID period, because from the house itself, how to take care of these three
Yes,
aspects.
yes.
Can you throw some light, sir?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you asked a lot of questions. So let me take them one by one.
Yes, sir.
And these are very, very interesting questions.
Yes, sir.
See, we face a difficult time, right? We are not used to it, and it will give rise to a lot of questions, queries, and worries.
Yes.
So there is a difference between worry and concern.
Yes.
Now, worry constantly keeps playing in the mind. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Concern is that, okay, there is a problem. Let me handle it. Okay. So we need to differentiate between worry and concern.
Yes.
So concern is fine. Worry is not fine, because you cannot change anything with worry. So let's say there is a concern. So it's very simple. You know what is supposed to be done. Don't go for parties. Don't go and meet people. Put on a mask, stay away, take care of your health, take care of your food, take care of your exercise, and be safe and hope for the best. I would say, take one day at a time. We keep planning for future, but in January, we never knew what is going to happen in May and June. So we may have made fantastic plans of so many things, but we don't know what is going to come.
Yes.
So we have to plan, but we side by side, we also take one day at a time, in whatever age or stage we are. Live the best, do the best, give the best, hope for the best, and move on to tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, the second thing is, there will be worries. We are living in a sea of all kinds of stress and pressure around us. Now, how do you handle it? Is you have to create your own routines for, like you said, mindfulness, meditation, prayers, and find your calm. So when I say find your calm, is in the morning, there are many apps which I use. There's an app called Calm. It's a beautiful app, CALM.
Okay.
And there is another beautiful app called Insight Timer, which I again use. These are wonderful guided meditation apps which you can
Yes.
use, or they simply play music.
Yes, sir.
First thing in the morning, which is the most important time I feel in the morning, when you need to really calm down and be prepared for the day. Keep your mind calm. The second part is whatever meditation or calmness or mindfulness practices you do in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Try to apply that throughout the day. That's the real test. So when you do the 10 minutes meditation in the morning, that's the net practice. That's not the real match. The real match is when you're faced with difficult situations at your office, in your home, in your neighborhood, wherever you are. So you need to put that 10 minutes of meditation and calmness into practice in those situations. That's when it really helps you. I see many people doing meditation, of course, and getting back to their anger, stressful, avatars during the day, right? So I think some bit of calmness, handling the situation in a calm manner, creating mindfulness routines, meditation routines in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Even if you are sitting in the car, in the traffic, at a red light, you got 60 seconds. So instead of saying that, oh, why is this red light not turning into green, and fretting over it, just calm down.
Buzzing your horns.
Take 10 deep breaths. Okay, that is also meditation. So these are a few techniques which you can use, taking a day at a time, doing some meditation, mindfulness routine. There are many of them. You learn as we go along.
Yeah.
That's what helps me. And
Yes,
you leave the rest to fate and God, or wherever things are going to happen, which are not in our control.
Which are not in our hands, sir. As you rightly
True.
said. So this COVID has taught us many lessons. And as you rightly say about health, several people earlier neglected. Now they started taking care of it. So even yesterday also I was mentioning how to sustain this. That is actually this 21-day program is. So to, for the people who are not at all doing, to inculcate that habit of taking care of these three aspects. And also for the people with the fear or something, they are already doing something. So for them, how to sustain that? Because whether you know it or not, sir, in this Ayyappa Puja, you heard about it, that black dress and all.
Yes, I've heard.
They will be doing for 40 days. So several people, they are good. They are doing for the good of their health and habits, coming out of habits. But some people, some percentage of people, immediately after the dress is removed, they jump and land in the unwanted places where they wanted to avoid earlier. So that is actually negative conditioning, because they count days. Already 5 days is over. And if another only 30 days or something, after that again I can enjoy. So that is a negative conditioning. But this COVID also, I'm not telling everybody. We have learned certain things. But now immediately, once this lockdown is removed, you see the Hyderabad and Delhi, Bombay and other places, once the lockdown is released, the number of cases are increasing like anything. So that means that fear is gone now. So again, we are reverting it. Now, suddenly we are forced to declare a lockdown again, maybe. So the main question for you is, sir, now we have how to sustain this, because
Okay.
of course this will be covering in second and third weeks, because the psychological and emotional health aspect, there will be several experts are coming. But from your wellness angle, and also, sir, earlier in my question, I asked you how to handle this hard nut cases, because they don't follow what you say. And
Right.
yesterday also I was quoting that Einstein's quote, doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different result. So I'll be smoking like this, I'll be drinking like this, I'll be eating like this, but I want to be healthy. That is what they will be thinking. So when they come to you and you address them about their, for example, a lot of people, sir, even in India earlier it was okay. Now more than 50% we are overweight, if not obese. So our BMI is more than that. But we are not, because of this Western culture, and when these fast food centers and all these they have come, our behavior was slowly slipping. So how do you tackle them, and what the advice you want to give it to them, sir?
Right. That's a very interesting question. That is sustenance and permanence.
Yes.
How to install or instill these habits?
Yes, sir.
So I'll go back to the first question: is why?
Yeah.
Is putting priority of your health, because unless you respect your body, unless you treat this as a gift,
Yeah.
you're not going to look after it. A mother looks after the child very well, simply because out of love. So similarly, we need to love our body, love ourselves, love this life, love this gift of life. When this self-love is at its peak, then we'll look after our body, ourselves, and not allow these external influences to override this. I'll just give you an example. So since I'm interacting with a lot of people and giving them advice on health and wellness,
Yeah.
there is before this lockdown and all this COVID happened. So the general talk was that, oh, I am so busy, I'm in my office all day, or I am working throughout the day. I don't have time to look after my health.
Yes.
So my health is deteriorating. Now, after 2 months of lockdown, the messages which I'm getting is because of lockdown, I'm staying at home. I've got nothing to do. We are eating and putting on weight,
watching TVs
watching
and
TV,
yeah,
watching the cookery
iPad.
shows,
Yes.
and I've put on weight. And I can predict for a lot of people that once this lockdown ends, they will be rushing out into all those food zones, and
Yes.
after 2 months of unlock, they'll
Yes.
come back and say that because we were locked down and we were deprived of the various goodie kind
Yeah.
of foods which we are used to, we suddenly found that opportunity to have and beat up
Yeah.
and have a party, and we put on now more weight. So the excuses actually can go on. The excuses are there because we have not found a good way to keep our mind active, busy, positive, and energized. What you're doing right now is a step, or what we are doing right now is helping people to energize themselves,
Yes.
to find solutions. So when there is a mission in life, and when that mission is active in your mind, body, and soul,
Yes.
that mission will drive you to be fit, to be active, to take care of yourself, because you know that your life has got a value, your life has got a purpose, and that purpose is to help people, to help yourself first. Because if you are sick, you cannot take care of anyone.
Yes.
I get people who are in the 40s and 50s and they're terribly down.
Yes.
So they are spending their entire life, time, money, attention on just taking care of themselves. They cannot take care of their family. Forget about playing with grandchildren. So I think each of us has to have that aim that I have to take up this challenge to remain fit, active, young, positive till I am 100, and that's my goal. So even after I left the army, I continued with my running. In fact, in the army, we do a lot of long marches and all. But
Sir, while introducing you, I forgot. Actually, you are a
that's okay.
marathon runner. Yeah, that I forgot. Even 21 and 42 kilometers you were
Yes.
running.
So I indulge in a lot of long distance running. I started doing half marathon, which is 21 kilometers. And subsequently, as my gift to myself on my 50th birthday, I enrolled for the full marathon at Mumbai, and I completed the 42 kilometers run in 5 hours 15 minutes. That was my challenge for my 50th year, and I'm sure I'm going to take up
that is in
bigger
which year?
challenges.
That is in which year, sir?
That was in 2017.
17. And
Just
then
3 years back.
we are calculating. We are 54.
Right.
Yes.
So we are talking about the permanence. So how do we install this permanence? Is we need to start small. So if you have left walking when you are 25 and today you're 40, and all of a sudden we expect sudden results.
Yes.
It's not sudden results. I think fitness and wellness is an SIP. You know what is an SIP?
I don't know, sir.
Systematic investment plan.
Okay, wonderful.
Or earlier they used to call it a recurring deposit.
Okay.
So we put some money into the account every day, and it keeps giving us results.
Yes.
But unfortunately, today in the world, it's a world of 2-minute Maggi noodles that get a packet, put in the bowl, but in 2 minutes you'll get just Maggi. You'll not get a biryani in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So similarly, in our health, we need to invest something in our health and fitness every day. It's an everyday affair. It's not a lottery. It's not a stock market investment. It is a recurring deposit. So once we deposit something into it every day, we'll keep getting the results. The second thing is start small. So if let's say you're not been walking, or if you have been walking but given up, so start small. Instead of saying that from tomorrow I'll go for a 2-hour walk, you say that I'll start with 20-minute walk. If you don't have time, walk for 10 minutes. Climb the stairs in your office. Make exercise as a part of your daily routine wherever you are. If you're living in a building, you don't have time. If you're living, let's say, on the 5th floor, walk up the 5 floors. That itself is a great exercise. So why do we need to spend money, go to a gym and do the walking? So walk to the market, walk in your office, walk at your home, walk on your terrace. 5 minutes. So you do 5 sets of 5 minutes each, that is 25 minutes of walk. So integrate wellness fitness into our everyday routine, make it a part of everyday routine. So someday you may not be feeling well, so go for 5 minutes. Also, like I live near Sanikpuri, so we have such wonderful roads there, beautiful nature, birds. So when I go for a walk, I'm not thinking about, oh, I have to walk for 30 minutes, I have to jog for 60 minutes. I'm just there enjoying the nature. And I enjoy the nature, I walk, I jog, I look at the nature, I absorb all the freshness from there.
Yes.
And that becomes a part of me. So being in nature itself, so we have to look at fitness not as a punishment, not as a discipline, but I would say do it out of love for yourself, love for the nature, the challenge of staying fit and healthy, so that you can take care of yourself.
Yes.
When you are a little older, you can take care of your family. The family can look up to you, and you don't have to spend a penny for fitness. Okay, it's all cheap. The cheapest thing is fitness.
We
And
know,
illness
as you say,
is-
sir, no gym is required. You can do. Yesterday also I was mentioning, sir, 5 minutes. You start with 5 minutes walking, 5 minutes breathing, 5 minutes meditation. Then you slowly increase it to 10 minutes, so that it becomes half an hour, then 45 minutes, 1 hour. Sir, actually, even our spirituality says that this body is a temple. So you have to treat it well. Not that it is just like a big refrigerator. We throw everything inside it, and next day you complain that my stomach is paining and my nose
I would
is.
like to cover that point as well.
Yeah.
The aspect
So
of
1 minute,
food.
sir. Before that, I think
Sorry.
our Nalli Srivastava, she was telling the same thing she wanted to ask, and I have asked, and you are already answering it.
Oh, that's lovely.
So,
Thank you, Nalini, for being here.
Yeah.
So I want to highlight this aspect of food. See, earlier our lifestyle was different. You know, we had a lot of activities to do, movement, stairs, and the food availability was limited. So we could afford to eat, play, and have a good life and good health. Unfortunately, today our activities have virtually become nil. So if you just think, can you just think in your day-to-day life, how many hours are actually standing on your feet? So those who are watching on YouTube or Facebook Live, just think and type a number. In a day out of 24 hours, how many hours are you actually standing on your feet? Include all your brushing, cooking, walking. How many hours out of 24 hours are you actually standing on your feet? Just think of a number, what as per what you're doing, and type, and let us see. Let us get some results of what you're doing, about how many hours in a day you're standing on your feet, actually. Apart from sitting on a sofa, chair, bed, leave that out. Yeah, somebody says maximum 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yes, 4 hours.
Sir, yesterday I was talking about this point. Actually, doctors and wellness experts, like you say, that we have to walk every day 10,000 feet. That is the minimum standard.
5 hours. Yeah, somebody is saying 5 hours.
Okay, wonderful. Some people are great people are there, sir. So they were really doing also. Actually, our Sureka madam is there. She also does a lot of art of living work, and she is coming again Thursday, of course. So to give her learnings, and our great people like my friend is watching from USA, and our Murthy Garu, he stopped his work there and he started watching this, and they were impressed about your wonderful advices. So it is all going well, sir. Now, finally, I want to because my questions only. After that, we'll open the this one to this one. Sir, finally, everybody is interested. We all know it, but there is a problem in the society. We as parents, we as colleges or schools, not allowing any physical activity, sir. That is the biggest problem. Now, suddenly, this youth, if you ask them to walk every day 10,000 feet, they say, what is this nonsense? Actually, we don't need it, because when you are youth, your body is working well, thinking that that this will work well for another 30, 40, 50 years. No, it will not work, because earlier, our generation and your generation and again previous generation, we were having all this diabetes and blood pressure and arthritis, heart problems, and all these things, maybe after 50s. The hair falling is also everything, and also wrinkles on your faces. So they were all after maybe 45, 50. But nowadays, even 30 years, people are competing with me with their baldness. So, and they are competing with me with their pregnancies. Pregnancies in the sense, protruding bellies. Everybody is carrying that. Nowadays, if you observe, even the youth, even intermediate or 10th class students, they are obese. And earlier, we used to feel shame if somebody is having a big belly or these hips and thighs and other things are bigger. Nowadays, they are exhibiting that and they think that it is a part of the life, the short dresses. And I'm not blaming anything, but this heavy overweight and this obesity has become a part of our culture slowly. So what is your advice to the youth particularly, sir? Because they are not, you talked about mindfulness. So you throw some light about mindfulness also, because mindfulness, many people are misunderstanding mindfulness or meditation. So what is that advice you are giving to particularly the software people who are doing work from their all the time from the AC rooms and AC offices or AC houses?
Yes.
So
Okay.
can you throw some light, sir? Because they are very important for them. Even some people now working from home, they are not mindful of their posture, how they are sitting.
Right.
That headaches or spinal cord problems or the neck problems, everything is coming because of that. So
Yes.
please throw some
So
light.
let me address the points one by one.
Yes, sir.
So the first point you talked about the young people being not so fit and putting on weight.
Yes.
Let me tell you, just last week I had a person coming to me whose blood sugar levels are very high, putting on a lot of weight, and he's in graduation.
Yes.
Already suffering from diabetes at the age of 21 years.
You see that?
I feel very sad. I feel very sad for it. But let me start from this has to be done by the parents.
Yeah.
See, the parents have to live by example. There are, of course, a lot of pressure. Your child will say, I want a happy meal, I want a pizza every day and Coke instead of water. But parents have to be strong. I get parents telling me, oh, my child is not able to have burger in a week. I said, where is the need to have a burger? Look at nature. Have you seen any tree on which a burger or pizza is hanging? No. The nature has not designed any burger, pizza, biryani, or anything for us. What nature has designed is out there in the nature. We are moving far, far away from the nature. That's why our minds and bodies are suffering. We need to get back to nature. So a very simple question I want to ask the people who are viewing this. How much of nature is there in your plate?
Yeah.
Right? How much of nature is there in your plate? So are you putting any fresh fruits, salads, vegetables in your plate? Or is it all deep fried, deeply processed, or coming from a box or a packet?
Yes.
So the difference is the things which are from the nature are going to help you to be fit, healthy. And the things which are processed in a factory or in the kitchen and more loads of it deep fried with sugar are going to make you unhealthy. So this is the first thing. The second thing which I've already said is that parents must lead by example by eating healthy food themselves, stressing upon the children and the teens, whatever they are, to stop having the junk food. Also indulge in some fitness activities with them. Go for a walk with your kids. I don't see adults walking with their kids anywhere in the parks. So instead of rushing to a mall on a Sunday or Saturday, the first thing, entertainment has become again, food is entertainment.
Yes.
That's not entertainment. That is, you're catching disease.
Yes.
So go to a park. There's such beautiful parks here in Hyderabad or wherever you are. Take your children, play with them, play frisbee, take a ball. So it used to happen earlier, if you remember, in our childhood. We used to go out for picnics and have fun and play, and all that has stopped. So we are just moving from air-conditioned houses to air-conditioned cars to air-conditioned offices to air-conditioned malls. We are not plugging into nature. whether it's for food, whether it's for activities, we need to question all these issues. What is entertainment for us? Setting example. Now coming to the food, I want to add the other part. Because our activities are restricted, we need to reduce the size of our meals.
Yes.
We need to cut down the size of our meals. Instead, we are going on to the American style. In American style, for one person, they'll put 5 scoops of ice cream or giant size pizzas, giant size burgers. Somehow we feel that for 100 rupees, if we can get a big burger, or for 600 rupees, you can get a meal with 30, 40 items. But the point is, your stomach capacity is just limited.
Yes.
Whether if you are going to pay 1,000 and go for a buffet and fill in 40 dishes into this little stomach, how is your body going to bear with that? We have to ask this question. Just because it is free doesn't mean it's good for you. Just because it's unlimited thali, unlimited buffets, it is unlimited problems you are going to buy, and all those unlimited meals and unlimited diseases, unlimited food you're accumulating is going to cause you unlimited disease. We need to put a filter and question all these things which we are indulging into, and then we can move towards better health. Okay, so so this is same for whether it's youngster or especially youngster. I see a lot of them are under pressure for competitive exams, studying for 12 hours, 18 hours. Like I said, whether you are at 10 years, 20 years, or 40 or 60 years, your 1 hour of fitness and food control applies to you, because you are a human body. Your human body cannot take 0 exercise and 100% excess food. So wherever stage you are, balance your exercise, balance your food, balance your studies, because I'm sure nobody can study for 14 hours. You need to pull out time. That exercise is going to increase your efficiency, increase your attention span, increase your ability to grasp. So what maybe you are doing in 12 hours, you may be able to do in 6 hours if you do exercise regularly.
Yes, sir.
Have I answered all your points, or is there?
Yeah, wonderful, sir. Actually, it is
one last one.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So this word called mindfulness.
Yeah.
Mindfulness is a state, I would say, is a little different from meditation.
Yeah.
In meditation, we are asked to focus on a certain thing. It could be different forms of meditation are there. Mindfulness is an aspect of calming your mind, observing yourself, your environment, your emotions, your body state in a non-judgmental way. For example, if you get angry, okay, it causes stress, and it causes a lot of friction also between people. But if you practice mindfulness and apply mindfulness there, you will still have that trigger of somebody doing something which you don't want.
Yes, sir.
But you slip into mindfulness, so that will help you to pause, observe your thoughts, observe your stress which is happening to you.
Yeah.
Calm down, and then take whatever response you want to do. So mindfulness is kind of a pause where you observe. There are many techniques of mindfulness. There are many courses of mindfulness, and many, of course, on YouTube also you'll find several mindfulness sessions. Once you delve into it, it's a beautiful way to keep your mind calm.
Yes.
And to observe the environment, observe your body, and mindfulness can also be applied while having food.
Yes.
Simple question is, does my body need this whole plate which is in front of me?
Yes.
Does my body need 40 dishes or only just 4 spoons of food? So that is mindfulness. So you are actually observing and reacting as per the need of your body and mind. So that is, I would say, mindfulness. It can be applied to eating also. It can be applied as a calming methodology also.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. We are coming to, I think, almost our session 8 o'clock. Now, I think we'll open to the Zoom participants. We'll make the participants. I think we have put them. Can we unmute them and request them if they have got any questions? This is please allow video. He is my brother. Please allow video. He is my brother. Who is this? Nalini Srivastava. Peer pressure also plays a very important role. Nalini madam is telling, where your friends are spending money on junk food. and you have the pressure to show.
Okay, so I have
Yeah.
allowed the participants to unmute
Participants,
themselves.
yeah, please unmute them, and if anybody is interested, ask. Friends, anybody is interested to ask any questions for answers from Mr. Riyazuddin, Colonel Riyazuddin. If you are interested, please, if you want to come and speak on the screen, you can speak or put in the
Chat box.
Yeah.
Yes. So in case you have any questions, please post in the chat box. Yes, Nalini has said that. So let me address the question. The peer pressure is always there. So very true. The peer pressure will be there. There is a lot of pressure from the environment. If you see every day, there are ads all around us in the mobile, on the laptop, on the TV, asking us to go out and indulge. So these pressures will be there, but we should have to deal with those pressures.
Yes, sir. Sir, earlier I was telling this Narasimha Murthy, he is working US time. But because you have come today, he was telling really a gem of a speech. Normally, this is my work hour, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. But I took break of 1 hour from 7 to 8 p.m. only to hear this. So let us thank Mr. Murthy because.
Thank you, Mr. Murthy. Please post any questions or any other ideas which you have, which you feel are worth sharing. We can also, broadcast that since we have some audience here.
Sureka madam said that he is calculating your age indirectly. Be careful. So that is about me, because when Thursday she is coming, I will also try to put that question because she never revealed to me earlier also.
Yes, so there is a beautiful book by Deepak Chopra which says "Ageless Body and Timeless Mind."
Yes.
Yes. So So since you have talked about age, can I take 2 minutes on this aspect of age?
Sir. Before somebody asks a question, you can go ahead.
Yes. So we are actually in an age trap in the sense that our society keeps dictating to us that at this age you should be like this, at this age you should look like this. Oh, you're 30, so it's okay to put on some weight. Oh, you're 40, so it's okay to put on 10, 15 kgs. Oh, you're 60, it's okay to have your back pain and knee pain. But you need to challenge all this. Where is it written? Is there a manual which says that? You have to look like this? You have to challenge all this because all these are social pressures. Your friends, your cousins, your course mates, your batchmates, everybody will keep telling you, "Oh, you put on 10 kgs, that's fine." It's not fine. Okay, you have to challenge that. You have to challenge. There is no user manual for human body. Our bodies can be fit till 100, or even there are people living even beyond that. So we have to fight this social pressures to kind of gel with the crowd around you. And they say that you're the average weight of your 5 best friends or people who are around you. So change that average. If you are getting sucked into overeating, pressurize your friends and people not to indulge in the drinking or overeating. You change them. You don't get changed by them. This is what I believe. How do you distinguish? Somebody asked V.S. Murthy, how do you distinguish between wellness and well-being?
Wellness and well-being.
I feel they're similar terms. Maybe well-being is a little more holistic than wellness. Wellness is usually we tend to break it down into physical wellness, mental wellness, and the social wellness, financial wellness. Well-being is kind of maybe more holistic. That's what I can think of.
Sir, one Mr. Srinivas is asking, you are talking about 2 apps. Can you again define their names and also any other apps he was asking?
Yes. So the first app is CALM. I'll put it on the discussion on the Facebook Live. I'll put it there also. So let me put it there right now.
Yeah.
So you can CALM. This is one app. The second app I'm putting is called Insight Timer. These are 2 beautiful apps. Okay, I put both of these apps names on the Facebook Live discussion.
Yes, sir.
Please try them out. And the best part is they are free. So they are not paid apps. They're free. They got tons and tons of beautiful guided meditations, mindfulness sessions, calming music. So when you proactively try to learn and put all these the positivity into your mind and body, definitely it shows results and you become more calm. Because by default, by nature, by the environment, there are lots of pressures which we have to actively, proactively, we need to take care of them. So it's better that we use these non-commercial methods like, let's say, meditation, instead of later on developing problems and then paying for medicines and doctors and tests.
Sir, Sangeeta was asking, is this possible to get this recording, please? This Facebook, this is there on the
Yes.
Even Facebook recording also it is there.
Yes. Once this Facebook Live ends, it will be part of the SRK's page. You can find the recording there. Somebody has said, just
Lakshmi,
a minute.
yes, sir. Please, Lakshmi Mani, your guidance is very good for youth in elders. What is your opinion about pranic healing? Where in physical exercise, other aspects covered also, art of living, Osho yoga, heartfulness, etc. Because, sir, I just want to answer this, sir. Actually,
yeah, go ahead, please.
Madam, this Thursday you will be experiencing this art of living from Sureka Madam. She is art of living teacher, and she will be explaining to you about the pranic healing. So some experts may be coming in these 21 days. And of course, Riaz will address that something if he knows about this pranic healing also. And this Osho yoga and all, we are not venturing, but if anybody is coming with expertise, because Friday, a yoga teacher, yoga guru is coming, he is Dr. Srinivas Reddy. So when he comes, I think he may throw some light. Sir, here, with your permission, I want to appeal to all these participants, because last day before yesterday and today, those who are interested, kindly follow almost 21 days, because this lot of wonderful, valuable, because people, for example, Riaz Khan, I told you how much life he has put into these wellness programs, how much knowledge it went, how many hundreds of hours he has studied all these people, and today he has come out this. Like that, every expert who is coming, for example, tomorrow, Nikhil Chaudhary, he is coming. He is a nutritionist, internationally renowned nutritionist. And then next day, Dr. Prasad is coming. He is a very good famous doctor. He gives some tips. And Thursday, Sureka Madam is coming with art of living. Friday, Srinivas Reddy is coming with yoga and some other things. And Saturday, Sunita is coming. She comes with what is called the relaxation best methods. You know, Riaz, Sunita, she is coming on Saturday. And Sunday, Dr. Prabhu is coming from Goa online. And he is an occupational specialist, and he has got a vast experience of 30-40 years. And Monday from Monday onwards, it is going towards the segment of psychology, and that is psychological health, emotional health. That may be around 1 week. And the last week, maybe social health, that is our relationships, and spiritual health also. And in between, of course, the sequence may change here and there, but lot of great people are coming to talk to you. So my request to all of the people who are coming here, or maybe listening to this, one goodness COVID has brought to us is, because now we are resorting to all these type of problems, and people also have got time to watch. So I request them once again, so avail this golden opportunity, because it is coming free to you. You need not pay anything. This lot of tons of, because yesterday also, sir, I told, I have attended even Anthony Robbins program, Dr. Deepak Chopra's program. Of course, Deepak Chopra did not come that day, but other speakers were. I attended in Washington, DC. And I have also attended other great people's programs by spending so much of money, sir. My point here is, we are all sharing that information just free. Only thing is, you have to follow. You have to just follow and take the information and implement to yourselves. Sir, with this appeal, I want to, sir, this one gentleman, Dr. Sir, this Venkatraju, his name, Dr. Sir advising after the age of 60 years not to jog or running because knee pains are coming. What is your advice?
Right. So there are a lot of different views about this. Let me give my view. Let me start with the example of there's a person called Fauja Singh, Fauja, Fauja Singh.
Yeah.
He's an Indian farmer who migrated to UK at the age of 70, and he was all alone there with his grandchildren and children. So he had nothing else to do. So he started going for a walk. Then he started jogging. Then he started running, and he became the oldest person to run a marathon when he was 100 years old. He ran the 42 kilometers marathon at the age of 100 in a time of 8.5 hours. So I would say that each body is different. There are no set rules. You check what your body can take, do as per that. I've seen a lot of people who are doing nothing, and at 40 they've got knee pains. I've seen a lot of people who at 70 they're running, they don't have knee pains. So it's up to you what you want to do. Whether you do jogging, whether you do walking, see what your body can take. And somebody wants to do yoga, somebody wants to do Zumba, the choice is all there. It's a buffet of different activities. What can you sustain? But don't be afraid that, okay, because if there are people who say don't do treadmill, you'll get knee pain. But the point is, most of the people who are having knee pain are the people who are not doing anything. Okay. So do something as per what your body age can let you do, and let your body and your nature guide you. There are no fixed rules for anything, and human bodies can do immense things. There are lots of people who are doing lots of things in the 60s, 70s, and even 80s. I think we had a guest. I saw a program somewhere. There is somebody who's at 70 and she's running. So it's up to you. And one question which I just want to address one question which talked about various different forms of meditation and guidance are there.
Yeah.
I feel that you experience, experiment, and choose which suits you. You can do multiple also. Again, like I said, there are no rules that you should only follow one method. You can follow 3 methods. Find what works best for you. Try out. So the apps which I mentioned, like Calm and Insight Timer, they've got about 100 gurus. This is my formula that I don't follow any one guru. For me, everyone is a guru. I have 100,000. Even a child can be my guru.
Yeah.
So, SRK is my guru. So I try and learn something, and whatever interesting, useful I find, I absorb it. So I am the net result of the thousands of people I have interacted with, and I have learned, and I'm still learning. This is my view on this.
Wonderful, sir. You please continue because my battery is low. I'll just coming 1 minute. You please continue, sir.
Yes. Somebody talked of the brisk walking is 4 times better than jogging. Like I said, it's your choice. What works best for you? You can do brisk walking, you can do jogging, you can do running, you can do aerobics, you can do Zumba, you can do yoga. Take care of what your body supports and do what you enjoy. That's also important. When you go out there, you should be smiling and laughing and enjoying your walk or jog or yoga, not because you're forced to do it, because you love doing it, because you love the time of self-care. You love taking care of your body. So do all this out of love for yourself, love for that particular form of exercise. You may even do yoga one day, jogging one day. There are a lot of people who do indulge in this kind of rotation wise also, because yoga has certain benefits, running has certain benefits, Zumba has certain benefits. You can even rotate on a day-to-day basis, because you are then that way deriving the benefit from different forms of exercise. That's also good. I do it all the time. So for me, I don't stick to any one particular way of exercising. I just keep rotating, and I derive the benefits from all of the different forms of exercise.
Yes, sir.
Or
Sir,
what I say, body care.
Yeah. One Mr. Murtiraju is asking, what is the takeaway from Riaz Khan today? That is for the people. What is the one takeaway Riaz Khan is giving to the people?
One takeaway, there are many takeaways, but I would say, or at least let me give 3, is put your health and wellness on priority, because your health and wellness is the only real life insurance.
Yes.
We buy life insurance policies of 10 lakhs, 1 crore, 5 crore. That's not really life insurance. That is death insurance. That is in
Yeah.
case you're not there, somebody else is going to get that money.
Sir, I want to tell you one joke. Whatever you
Yeah.
are taking, that is a feed to the life insurance companies and a feed to the corporate hospitals. Because
True.
we
True.
think that it is a mechanistic model, and if any problem is there, immediately take a pill or go to the corporate hospital, and bill will be paid by insurance company or your own company, and as if this body is not yours, and it can be tested so many hundreds of tests in the hospital, and they will give you the body with all these radiation effects and so many other tests what they do unnecessarily.
True. So my focus is on preventive insurance. So our health, wellness, exercise, having a healthy natural diet is the best life insurance we can do, and it doesn't cost much. That is the beauty of it.
Yes,
So
sir.
if there's one takeaway, that yes, this is a health insurance, life insurance, prioritizing our health, not waiting for tomorrow or the next year or new year.
Yes, sir.
Today is the day to, and like I just want to add one more point which you had said earlier, that information gathering, information is not power, knowledge is not power, action is power. You need to act. 10 minutes of activity is better than 24 hours of gathering information. Do it, take an action, take a step, take 10 steps, take 100 steps, take 1,000 steps. Do it, whatever you have learned today, put it into practice.
Can you
Experience,
ask,
experiment, and then you will elevate yourself.
can you ask the audience, sir, will they promise to you that from tomorrow onwards they implement some of at least one idea from you?
Yes, that's a lovely question. So we have a great audience there.
Because no, you have been talking for the last 1.5 hours. So at least they respect or whatever they want to follow one thing from you. So that gives satisfaction to you and to me also, sir. Because by organizing this program,
Yes. So
if you are impacting somebody's life from tomorrow onwards, so that is a very
true,
purpose of
that's
this
a
program.
good point. So those who are there on Zoom or Facebook Live, please type out any commitment you're making to yourself, not to us, to yourself from now on, that you're going to start something, maybe for 5 or 10 minutes, something interesting which you have gathered from here, so that we also know that our talk is reaching out and helping someone. Yeah, if you're on Zoom, you can type in the chat box. And if you're on Facebook Live, you can type in the chat box on Facebook Live.
Sir, Surekha madam is telling one world is as they think as they are. A wonderful saying. And
can you repeat that?
That is our age when we are talking about it. One's worldness is as they think as they are.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to remove this aspect of, I want to change this terminology of growing old.
Yeah.
I would say evolve.
Yeah.
Let's evolve into better persons, mentally, physically, spiritually, and keep getting better. I don't see what is old, what is the age. The earth going around the sun once, so we add one. So if the earth stops, what happens? Or you go into Mars, then our age will change. I don't know. Or those people who are there out in the space, in the International Space Station. So what happens to them? They are at a static place, right? So this age thing, just we have to remove it. Old, gold, looking young. We just exist at the time, at the opportunity we are given today. Make the best of it. Keep evolving, keep growing better. I think that's what is my take on this.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you, Surekha, for that lovely invitation.
One of my friends, Srinivas Rao, is asking, sir, what is the secret of your glow on your face?
Okay, definitely not fair and handsome.
How to get that glow? Is it Fair and Lovely or?
No, so Fair and Lovely has been removed, and now they're saying Glow and Lovely.
Glow and Lovely, yeah.
Glow and Lovely, right. So I think it is the energy which I derive from people like SRK and all the lovely audience which is out there.
Yeah, you are coming.
Yeah, I like I said, I trust nature. I try to bring nature into my life in terms of food, in terms of my outing. I try to have what nature has designed for us. I try to stay fit. I do all the activities which I've been talking about, whether it's mindfulness, meditation. I go out for walks. I enjoy my time. I stay calm. I don't take stress over so many things happening in the world around me. And this helps me to remain calm and whatever is there in my heart, I try to speak to help people. And this is, of course, my purpose, which is so nice that my purpose and somewhere has intersected with the purpose of SRK, and we both are here today.
Yeah, sir. See the coincidence, because the shirts are also same blue,
Yeah, that's
light blue.
that's
or,
quite a coincidence.
Yeah.
That
So it is actually depends on the mind, sir. Actually, mindset also. Sir, one important I'll be missing, because
Yes.
our Bharati Devi madam is watching this, and she says, SRK Raju and Riaz, you both are so inspiring. I will start eating healthier and exercise for at least 15 minutes daily, consistently. And not only her, several people, sir, when you asked the question, they said from today and tomorrow onwards, they start implementing what you have advised them. So it's
Oh,
a wonderful,
that's
wonderful
fantastic.
audience, I can say, sir, because you are inspiring some people to take action. That is more important, sir. Just listening and going away and again. But here there is a catch also, sir, because today they get impressed, but when they sleep, tomorrow morning their pillow will tell, why do you get up early, bloody sleep? Somebody, Riyaz Khan, told you, that bald head fellow Raju told you, but sleeping is more comfort. But they have to break that. They have to remember Riyaz effort, and your face they should remember, and get up from the bed and start at least 5 minutes walking, 5 minutes yoga, and 5 minutes breathing exercise. That is what is very important, sir.
Very true. Thank you, Bharti ji, for being here and encouraging and supporting us. And I would say, yes, do it. So another, I think there is a kind of a misnomer. I would say that only you have to get up at 5 o'clock and walk. Only at 6 o'clock. See, we are living in different times. The environment has changed. People are not having dinner at 7 o'clock and sleeping at 8 o'clock like it used to happen 50 years back. There is a lot of, the world has changed. So there are 24-hour gyms in cities. My personal take is that a 30 minutes walk is going to do you good at 6 o'clock in the morning, at 10 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the evening, 6 o'clock in the evening, or even 8 o'clock. It's going to benefit you. So just because you've not been able to get up at 7 o'clock doesn't mean that, oh, the day is gone, now we cannot walk. So there's no rule like that. It's better you do it in the morning because it's good to have a routine. But worst case, if you're not able to do it, you can do it in the evening, you can do it at night, you can do it after dinner. So whenever exercise time you can find, do it, because that's going to benefit you. That is the real issue. 10 minutes of exercise is 10 minutes of exercise, 30 minutes of exercise, anytime it's done. So just go for it. Don't get stuck by that. So if you get up in the morning, only then it's possible. Yeah, that's better, but a second best 30 minutes is better than not doing it at all. That's
Yes.
my take on this.
No, sir, but they can start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because
Yes, I agree.
They
Start
should not,
small.
They should not start half an hour, 1 hour, if they are not walking
Yes.
at all. Otherwise,
Start small,
yeah.
grow steadily,
Yes.
keep improving daily, put in bits and keep growing. That's what is my mantra.
Riya sir, I have one more request from all the audience point of view, and also from my point of view. Sir, actually this entire program is not only giving lectures and show them practically what to do. That is even walking. Though people may laugh at me, I want to teach them indoor walking within 4 feet, how they can jog for 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour, and how they can practice that relaxation. All the experts will be coming, but I want to show them practically. That day, I will invite you also, sir, because maybe in the last 2-3 days, practically showing them how to do it, the best ways what we can tell them. I invite you, sir, on behalf of all people, because that day also please come and teach some of the techniques, because you are an expert in wellness, you are an expert in physical health, and also you are an expert in several other areas. So this is a request.
Sure, definitely.
On my behalf, for the benefit of everybody. So actually, sir, by these 21 days, everybody should, if they are already doing it, wonderful. If somebody is not doing, they are simply sitting because there is nobody to guide them. So I want to show that also, sir. I will do myself, and also take the expertise people like you and those who are coming also, so that they should start 5 minutes or 10 minutes physical exercise, 5 or 10 minutes relaxation and breathing exercise, and 5 or 10 minutes of mindfulness meditation, or
Definitely.
ordinary meditation, or what I call it is mind programming meditation. Because what you said in mindfulness meditation, same thing I talk about mind programming meditation. Because even in Tibetan language, meditation is becoming self-aware.
Yes,
Not
awareness. Very true.
Yeah, not only self-aware, and even in Sanskrit, the meditation meaning is cultivation. Cultivation means removing all these unwanted thoughts, unwanted
Yes.
habits, beliefs, and all. And that day, every day, and Martin Seligman, you know that he is a famous psychologist. He has given so many theories. So, Authentic Happiness, his book is so wonderful book, as you say. So one should read it. So as you say, Deepak Chopra's books, they're inspiring. Anthony Robbins' books, they really inspired
Very
me,
true.
and I changed myself because of those things. So what we have to tell them, sir, we have to teach them how to do it. So whether after that because I want to continue this journey even of these 21 days, sir. If anybody needs my help, I'm already available there.
Definitely. It's a
And
great
I
initiative.
borrow help from you and other experts, and I want to help them, because really, if somebody want to take care of their health. So this is from my point, sir. If anybody is asking some questions.
Somebody has said 3 aspects just now you told. Please
Yeah.
repeat them.
3 aspects just now, that is you said. He says, Kanji, 3 aspects just now you told. Please repeat them, sir. Once again, which you have told now, I missed it, unfortunately. So I advise him to watch our video.
Right. So I think, yeah, basically we have to balance our fitness activities daily. The food, we need to be more towards nature. And third part is that keep doing mindfulness or meditation or things which calm your mind and make it more positive. So these are, I think, the 3 basic aspects of which affect our physical, mental, and spiritual, social wellness. So if we keep actively learning and growing in these 3 areas, that's when all aspects of our body and mind are in tune with each other. But if we only do physical exercise, go for a walk, but your mind is stressed and not calm, then somewhere you may be physically fit, but your mental stress is going to affect your body. Similarly, if you just do meditation and you feel that that is enough, but meditation is just an activity for your mind and soul, but your body is still getting overfed with unnecessary foods and not getting the right exercise. So your mind may be stress free today and your body is getting stressed out because of all the toxins and unnecessary food and lack of exercise. So tomorrow the toxins in your body, the lack of exercise in your body will start affecting your mind. So we have to actively, proactively touch upon all these 3 aspects of our body and mind, because it's all integrated. We should not think that they are separate. So I'm doing meditation, it's good for my body. Yeah, it is good up to a certain extent, but exercise is also needed, and also vice versa. So we have to tackle and solve and work on all the aspects of our body, mind, and soul together in an integrated way, and that's when all of it moves together into a positive zone.
Sir, because I may also forget. So 2 aspects in the introduction I forgot. Now can you demonstrate to us, sir? You are a beautiful singer. Everybody sees in the online also, because today also your singing was on circulation. So many people may not be knowing your Facebook ID or something. And also, sir, you have started Happiness Junction, because where I came as a speaker also. So this laughter therapy also you practice. Can you throw 1 minute each of your talent, because all the time talking and advising, how jovial you are, how versatile you are. So let them show it to the people, sir.
Right. So I'll touch upon both these points.
Yes.
And the why also. We need to know why. And that's what I always emphasize.
Yes, that is important.
Let's see, when we are, a child is, there's a study which is done that a child laughs for about 300 to 600 or 1000 times in a day, 24 hours. As we grow into 20s and 30s, that 300 becomes 30.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 times in a day. And by the time we reach 50s and 60s, a lot of people stop laughing, because we are always worried about what's going on in our life, in the world, in Russia, in America, and all those worries we are putting into our mind.
Yes.
And we are always looking at negative news, newspapers. So our mind there is no space in our mind for laughter and joy. So we need to, like, I personally watch a lot of comedy serials like Friends, or it's your choice. So when I laugh with the TV or with friends or with people like you in Toastmasters,
Yeah.
it helps to create positive
Yes.
endorphins in the body and keep us fresh. So yes, laughter is an essential part. Laughter, smiling. Just go into the morning when before you brush, give a big smile to yourself,
Yeah.
laugh out loud and say, ha ha ha. And so make it a part. It releases a lot of positive, chemicals into our body, which really remove the cholesterol and sugar. We need to do this more often, right?
Yes. Yes.
I think there are different laughter therapies. There is somebody called Madan Lal, I think, on YouTube.
Yeah. He's a
He does a
famous
lot
guy.
of laughter therapy sessions.
Yes.
You can just laugh along with them, laugh with your family. Don't be so serious. Laugh with your children, laugh with your friends.
Our Bharati madam is always laughs. So
Yes,
in spite of her health condition or whatever it is, even if she is not well, if you just ring up, she laughs so heartfully and tells nothing, SRK, I am all right. Every time.
very true, very true.
Yeah.
So laughter. The second part is, of course, hobbies. Hobbies, I think music is a great hobby,
Yes.
and a lot of people do listen to music. I want to differentiate here between listening to music and singing.
Yes.
When you're listening to music, you're watching somebody else's talent.
Yes.
So only for that 5-10 minutes, it is going to create some positivity in you. But when you learn music, when you sing, when you play an instrument, you are creating permanent change in your heart, mind, and body.
Yes.
So we need to, even at whatever age, we need to indulge in some kind of hobbies. It may be painting, gardening, singing. Everybody has a style. Somebody plays golf, but that physical, mental involvement and working on it, improving it, is a challenge which keeps you fresh, active, and energized. So singing is one of the things which I indulge in. It's easy. It's done constantly.
Bharati Devi madam is asking, yes, please give us one song, Riyaz.
Okay, is there any choice? If anybody wants to
Your
hear
choice.
anything out of,
Okay, well, let us ask Bharati madam. What
do
is
you have
her
any choice? Which, let me try, or I'll pick up something of my own.
Okay, sir, choose your choice. I think maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see a lot of old songs used to have a lot of philosophy built in, and I love that the idea of music, philosophy, and everything mixed up together, and
Yes.
it leaves a great message and positivity. That's why the old songs are always considered the golden era. So this is one song from the movie Hum Dono. It's called "Main Zindagi Ka Saath Nibhata Chala Gaya."
Okay.
It means that I am just going along with life and enjoying whatever comes to me. So let me just sing it
Yeah.
for you and the audience which is out there.
Yes.
मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा. So it means that all my worries, I'm just pushing it out into the air.
Yeah.
Okay, the second stanza is more interesting. गम और खुशी में फर्क न महसूस हो जहां, गम और खुशी में फर्क न महसूस हो जहां, न महसूस हो जहां, मैं दिल को उस मुकाम पे लाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. So if you see the lines, are such beautiful lines. It says that whether it's happiness or joy, I'm just taking it in the stride and going along. There's one more beautiful line. It says, "जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया, जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया, मुकद्दर समझ लिया, जो खो गया मैं उसको भुलाता चला गया हर जिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. So if you understood the
Wonderful,
lines,
wonderful.
these are
Bharti
beautiful
madam,
lines.
yeah, Bharti madam said your choice, and Shyam Sundar Saab is telling very nice song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So if no more questions, let us wind this program, sir,
Yes.
because it's already 8:35, 8:40. Because people maybe they have their homeworks or something.
Sure, sure. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, Sureka madam is still there. She is watching, and Bharti madam telling namaskar to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sureka ji, and thank you, Bharti ji. Lovely to have you as an audience. Always. I draw a lot of energy from you.
Yeah, Sureka madam is getting prepared for that is day of tomorrow. That is Thursday. So so thank you. I want to Riya Sahab, I want to thank you on my behalf and on the behalf of my Happiness Foundation and on behalf of all the audience today, because today I have disappointed some people. In fact, what I thought is whatever you are telling, I want to translate some into Telugu also, but somehow the time constraint I could not do it. So I think I'll cover this whatever important you said. I noted it, and I'll be covering when a special speaker is not coming. That day I'll be covering all these points to others also. So I want to thank you from on behalf of all the participants and all my Facebook friends and your Facebook friends and everybody, and sparing this much time. And you gave me a very good beginning, sir, because from today onwards, the guest speakers, you are the first guest speaker, and your number is so lucky number. Suddenly, this entire week is filled with everybody. In fact, I was searching how it can be filled and all. Up to next maybe next Tuesday. Today is Monday. Till next Tuesday, it is booked.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it is really a good beginning. So
Thank you for calling me here.
No,
It was such a lovely experience to interact with you, and I really love this initiative which you have started of 21 days happiness challenge,
sir,
and getting a variety of people to speak and
sir,
that's I think a great purpose of life, that whatever we have gained and learned and absorbed from the world around us, you are trying to share it, give it back. I think that's a great initiative. So I would say love yourself, respect yourself, indulge in yourself, experiment, experience, but take care of yourself, take care of your body, mind and soul every day. Invest in yourself and you'll get fantastic results.
Sir, one of my earlier colleague who was working in Visakhapatnam Steel Plant, after that he became an IAS and he went to as an IAS officer. Now he is settled in Hyderabad. He was also watching. So it is a great honor to have such people.
Thank you.
And our Sureka madam is telling, enjoyed your program. And Ravi sir is telling, is a wonderful program. So
thank you, sir. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for everybody who's here.
Yeah, we'll on behalf of all my Facebook, I thank you once again and salute you, sir. And you are our what is called fixed deposit. So whenever I need your help, I will draw from that. And
yes, always ready, always at your service to help.
Yes, sir.
Ready to help.
So that is a great assurance to me. And now all my fears and worries, doubts are gone now. So this program is going to be a grand success. Why?
Sure.
Because this is not an easy. Yes, sir. This is not an easy task, but it has been started on a good note, and nothing can now worry me or put me into stress or anything, because everything will go ahead. And I have gained experience, sir, because you are so close to me. I did not have any nervousness because I was as free as I was talking to a friend. So it was so interesting. So thank you very much, sir. I thank you and all the people who are watching it and all the Facebook friends. Thank you, sir.
That.
So
the
now,
last message is that believe that it is possible for each one of us to be fit, healthy, and happy. Go with that belief.
Everybody is expressing their. Our Shailaja madam, she is my colleague in psychology. She is also coming as a speaker in the second or third week. She is also telling very good program. I'm very happy to listen to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll take leave now.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let us wind it off.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a
Thank you,
nice day.
friends.
Good night.
Yeah, thank you, friends. And you have ended the program with a nice song, sir. So
Thank you.
we have a nice sleep today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let us end the meeting.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Thank you, sir.